Hey there, fellow marketing students. Professor Wolters here, and today we're going to go through exam 1 in the book for this semester, and this is exam 1 from fall 2014. So if you go to page 197 in the book, we can go through it there. And if you want to watch the video for the other practice exam, I already have that online. That'll be down below. I just did it as a live feed with some students, so it's there for you. So you can click and watch that one too if you want to have both practice exams to be super ready for the first exam. Okay, so first question we have here. Which of the following would be a key success factor for the beer industry? Well, the answers are brand, local production, distribution network, or all of the above. And honestly, when it comes to beer, think about it. Brand, of course, you buy brands you know, or you buy craft beers because they're kind of a brand in itself, right? So that's really important. Local production, you do need that. I'm here in Idaho, so I'm drinking Idaho beer when I'm here. When I'm in Illinois, I drink Illinois beer because beer is so heavy that it's going to cost a lot to ship it, so you need to produce it locally, okay? So that's going to be really important. And then, of course, the distribution network. You got to have your distributors, right? I mean, think about it. How many of you have been to a college bar and you got a free t-shirt or a free hat or whatever? My buddy Eddie, who works for Budweiser in Champaign, he's always giving stuff away. And so we look at it, we realize for the beer industry, number 1 is actually D. All of these would be key success factors for that industry because do you ever really buy beer you've never heard of? Like, you might experiment, but you have your go-to beer. Yeah, and it's got to be there because the distribution, the local production. So all of those are there. So number 1 is D. Number 2, the University of Illinois recently banned all guns from inside all U of I campus buildings. This would deal with what part of the macro environment? So that is the political legal environment. That's A. And the reason why you have that is because the laws have changed, the rules have changed. And so therefore we have to adjust to that as well. Okay, it's kind of like the smoking ban. They banned smoking. Well, we have to ban smoking at our bars and restaurants as well. Okay, so we kind of think of it that way. And that's in that macro factors part in chapter 2 or topic 3. No, sorry, topic 3, where we talk about, demographics and the economic factors and all kinds of stuff. All right. Now, number 3. The city of Champaign has started building a number of retirement centers after they noticed the large number of baby boomers about to enter retirement. Which part of the macro environment where this should be the city of Champaign analyzed and to decide to develop adult diapers? I see that this year I had combined 2 questions in one mistake, but both of it would be the demographic environment because we see in Champaign you have a lot of retirees, and so therefore we have to adjust to that. So the demographic factor, we have to take advantage of that or deal with that, because if you're like the city of Champaign, you have to think about, hey, we have to develop these retirement centers for our local people that are retiring. We have to have some place to put grandma and grandpa and stuff like that. But also you think of Procter & Gamble, if they're making adult diapers, Depends and stuff, we look at that and say, wow, there's a lot more people are living longer and they want to be out and be active more, so those adult diapers are going to be more and more. I mean, heck, go to your local Walgreens, go to your local grocery store, you'll see a big section of that because they see this is a bigger demographic that we got to take advantage of. Okay. Number 4, the U of I expands its College of Business Administration BADM 320 Principles of Marketing course to a Chinese campus in Shanghai. This is an example of which growth strategy? That would be market development, because I'm taking an old product, BADM 320, and putting it into new customers, right? A new audience. So that would be market development. Okay, you're developing that new market. Okay. Now, number 5, how many key success factors does a typical industry have? So a typical industry has 5 to 6 key success factors. Now those 5 or 6 key success factors, those can be determined in different ways by different companies, but in general there's 5 or 6 that are out there we have to think about, right? But in terms of, so the answer is 5 to 6. Now if I would ask you, how many key success factors does a company usually have of these industry key success factors? A company might only be able to do 1 or 2 because it's too expensive to do them all. But in general, for an industry, there's 5 to 6. Now, you may wonder why I keep looking around. I'm actually here in Idaho, and there's actually bears around here. So I actually have to make sure I'm looking around, and we got the bear spray over here. So gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. Number 6. AT&T Mobile Phone Company has been working for years to eliminate dead zones. How ironic I would say that here, where in the middle of nowhere, Idaho, where there isn't a dead zone. But anyway, where their mobile phones do not receive a signal, though they have internet here, so that's good. Thus, now they are able to provide their mobile phone service in more locations nationwide. AT&T is focusing on what kind of value creation? That would be place. Because what we're doing is we're trying to deliver the value, they're trying to deliver their service to eliminate those dead zones, right? And so that's where delivering the value, that would be place if we're looking at the marketing mix, okay, of the 4 Ps. Now, 198, page 198, number 7. Understanding the customer's needs and wants is fundamental to marketing success. Yes, of course, A, that is very true. Number 8, the components of a SWOT analysis are strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and tactics. No, that is false. The components of SWOT analysis are strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities, but the 4th ones are threats, okay? And if you're looking at it, you look at internal, what the company can control, your strengths and weaknesses you can control. You can make yourself stronger, you can fix your weaknesses, but then when we look outside, you have those external things, external opportunities we can take advantage of, or external threats we have to worry about. You know, I have to, what's my plan in case a bear shows up? Well, I got to wait, you got the spray, and then I got the back door right there, okay? So we have to think about these things. Now, number 9. Which of the following is not one of the overall sustainable competitive advantages? So that would be D, customer loyalty, because it's customer excellence. Okay, yeah, customer loyalty goes into customer excellence, but that's not one of the answers. Okay, remember, the 4 main ones we talk about: customer excellence, location excellence, operational excellence, and product excellence. Those are the 4 main sustainable competitive advantages we see. Now, there can be other ones out there, of course, but those are the 4 main ones we talk about in the class. Number 10, which of the following is least likely to provide a sustainable competitive advantage? So long term, what is something that we can keep going the longest? That won't go the longest is actually A, Walmart's lowering of prices. Because think about it, if their sustainable competitive advantage is lower prices, couldn't a company eventually also lower their price? Because that's what you have to be worried about. Because if people are loyal to just the low price, they're not loyal to Walmart's low price or Aldi's low price. They are loyal to low price. So whoever has that, they're going to go for it. That's why Aldi's always worried about Lidl, and Lidl worries about Aldi. They're competitors in that low cost thing. So you got to be careful with that one, because that one is a way that's the least likely to provide a long-term sustainable competitive advantage. Because having a well-known brand like Coca-Cola, hey, it's hard to beat that. Target stores achieving high levels of customer satisfaction. That takes a lot to get customers that satisfied that they're willing to walk in for a pack of gum and walk out with $150 of merchandise. Okay, Target's got a gift. Okay, so you have to think about these things. Now, number 11, in the BCG portfolio analysis, products in low growth markets that have received heavy investment and now have excess funds available to support other products are called cash cows. Okay, so in terms of we're a big market share, but low growth industry, that's a definition of cash cow. You use that money to invest in your question marks and your stars to help them grow more. Okay. Number 12. Boop. Number 12. Caleb was thrilled to find out that his company had just decided to invest a great deal of money in the new product he was managing. So it's a new product. New product means small market share because you're brand new. He knows that even with the industry's recent high growth rate, okay, so we got small market share, high growth rate, you already have the answer, he would need more money to establish it firmly. Using the BCG portfolio analysis, this product would be classified as C, a question mark. Why? Well, it's brand new, so it's a small market share, and then it's high growth. That's the definition of a question mark. Okay, so maybe it'll be a success, maybe it won't, we don't know. So it's a question mark. 13. Which of the following is not one of the 4 major growth strategies marketers typically utilize? So C, segment development, that is not one of them. You should have market penetration, market development, product development, and diversification. Those are the 4 main growth strategies. Segment development is not one of those. Okay. 14. STP refers to segmentation, testing, and promotion. No, that is false. 14 is B is false. STP stands for segmentation, dividing up your market, targeting, figuring out who you're going to go for, and then positioning. How am I going to position my product to get that target market? Okay. Number 15. Wolters World Enterprises sells its travel language dictionary to college students throughout the U.S. Liam Wolters, the owner, wants to start selling the book to international students abroad. Wolters World wants to pursue what kind of growth strategy? That would be B, market development, because we're taking an old product to new customers. Okay, the old product is that language dictionary. The new products are those international markets. Okay, so that would be market development. Now, number 16. Zara is a clothing retailer headquartered in Spain with stores located in many countries. Zara has developed a quick response system. I'm sure those of you that have done the Zara case know where I'm going here. That allows store merchandise to be adjusted rapidly to fit changing customer preferences. Every aspect of Zara's operation is optimized for this system, making it difficult for competitors like the Gap to duplicate. Zara has established what? That is a sustainable competitive advantage. C. 16 is C. 17. One example of a customer loyalty program is a frequent Big Mac eater card. Yeah, that would be one. County Market Grocery Store's Max Card program. Yep, that would be one. United Airlines Mileage Plus program for frequent travelers. Why 17 is D, all of the above, because they're all loyalty programs. Number 18, Qatar Airlines seeks to differentiate itself from competing airlines, in part through innovative design of its airplane seats and in-flight entertainment system. So they're trying to make their product better. Through continuous innovation in these areas, Qatar Airlines is pursuing what kind of sustainable competitive advantage strategy? That would be D, product excellence, because they're making a better flight, and the flight is their product, right? So they're trying to do a better job with that. Number 19, Chipotle restaurants build new stores in main intersections near high traffic areas. Chipotle is trying to develop what kind of sustainable competitive advantage? That is A, location excellence. We want to be where the foot traffic is. Doesn't matter how great your restaurant is, if people can't get to it, you're not going to be a success. I mean, Uber Eats is great and all, but you still need people that come by, okay, and get the takeout orders or come in to eat and stuff like that, all right? Now, number 20 through 23 all deal with the same kind of thing, so I'll let you read through that. Basically goes through, Mark's Burger Hut. And so basically we look at the Grande Mark Burger is number 20, and number 20 is D, question mark, because it's a high growth industry, but it's new. Remember, if it's a new product, a brand new product, you're gonna have a low market share, okay? So 20 is D, question mark. 21, Frank's goat cheese fish fingers would fit with which quadrant? That would be C, cash cow, because the goat cheese, man, that sounds horrible. Frank's goat cheese, okay. The second product is Frank's goat cheese fish fingers. So don't trust that the names will give away if it's a dog or a question mark or whatever, all right? These always popular snacks, so they're always popular, so they're making us money, are ordered on a consistent basis. So it's consistent. That means it's not growing and it's not going down. And this seafood product has sustained Mark's Burger Hut for a number of years. That's the definition of a cash cow. Low growth, making us a lot of money so we can do other stuff. That is a cash cow. So number 21 is C, cash cow. 22, Jocelyn's Juicy Juice. Let's see, Jocelyn's Juicy Juice is the most popular smoothie in town. Obviously that means high market share. And demand keeps growing. So the market growth is going up. So that's high. So Jocelyn's Juicy Juice is a 22, a star. And then 23, Caleb's Cookie Cake. Now you may be thinking, well, Alvi, it's dog. Look, I might make them all stars in the questions. If perhaps I may have put some of those questions in the next exam. Anyway, product 4 is a new product. So we already know right away, new product means low market share. Caleb's Cookie Cake. These cakes are only sold after 9 p.m. as Mark's Burger Hut has noticed a growing desire for late night sweets. I wonder where I got that idea from. Caleb's Cookie Cakes are only a small player in this growing industry. So small player, growing industry, that means that the cookie cake is also D, a question mark. Okay? Number 24. They make certain sounds. It sounds kind of like a weird bear or weird cow. So they're not upset. Anyway, 24. Which one of the following is not one of the 4E frameworks? Enliven is not one. D is not one of them. Remember, engage, you get them to do something. Excite, maybe you want to excite them with the offers you have, or excite them by being on the platforms they use, if they're on Instagram or Snapchat or whatever. You might educate is another one, because teach them what your product does and experience, so they understand how your product works, and so they can kind of live through that. Those are the 4 E's. Enliven is not. So 24 is D. 25. What are the 2 dimensions of the GE matrix? That would be B, strength of the small business unit, and attractiveness of the market. Okay, so 25 is B. According to the GE matrix, number 26, according to the GE matrix, if a company has an SBU with a very strong product brand and it is working in a small, slow-growing industry, what should the firm do? Well, if it's low-growing or slow-growing, we know we're probably not going to invest, but it's a really strong player for us, so what you're probably going to do is hold or remain constant. So number 26 is C, maintain their position. 27, Aldi grocery stores have no carpet, no fancy displays, no uniforms, only carries a limited range of products, and thus can maintain low prices for their end customers. Which strategy is Aldi facing? 27 is B, cost leadership. You're trying to make everything as cheap as possible so you can pass those savings on to your customers. That's what Aldi's does. Okay, so 27, B. 28, what are the 4 P's of marketing? Seriously, if you missed this, you can't talk to me anymore. I'm kidding, but come on. Product, price, place, promotion. 28 is B. Okay. 29, what is the Twitter hashtag of the course? That's hashtag Wolters World. B. Which of the marketing mix is 4 P's? People actually missed my name in the syllabus quiz. It's on this. It's on Compass. It's like right there. I don't know what to say. Room to improve. Oh, Sona experiments are out. You can go do Sona experiments to make up for that miss. Okay. Let's see. Number 30. Which of the marketing mix 4 P's have to deal with creating value, quality, sizes, design? That is B, product. You're creating value. So the different designs you have, like you have a cool t-shirt, hey, people want to pay for that. That's creating value in people's mind. That's what you're going to do. So B, 30 is B, product. Now 31, which of the marketing mixes 4 P's deal with capturing value? Well, capturing value, that's price. You're figuring out what it's worth to people, okay? 32, Macy's, I don't even know they're in business anymore, I think so. A retail store that carries a wide variety of products, outfit their employees in custom uniforms, has fancy fixtures and products, invests in service personnel training in order to give their customers a better shopping experience. Sounds pretty good. Which strategy is Macy's using? That is A, differentiation strategy. Differentiation strategy, trying to make it different, trying to make it special, so people are willing to pay more money for it. That's why when you go get a t-shirt at Macy's, it costs more than buying a t-shirt at Walmart. Okay? 33. The analysis of the likelihood that a customer would switch from using a car to drive to work and to taking a bus to work would fit into which part of the Porter's 5 competitive forces? That would be threat of substitutes. If you're the car industry, remember, anytime you do the competitive 5 forces, it's really important you determine what the industry is you're really focusing on. And so here, if we're looking at the car industry, look, taking the bus and the train, that's a substitute for the car industry. That is not our competitors. Our competitors are Toyota and Ford, not buses and trains, okay? So it's important you really look at what industry you're really focusing on. So here, 33, that would be threat of substitute products is D. So 33D. All right, battery died, so I'm back at it here. Number 34. If a shoe company pays Sesame Street to use the image of Cookie Monster on their shoes so they can charge more for their shoes, they are most likely using what kind of strategy? That is also a differentiation strategy. We're trying to make it more special, more better. So kids go, Mommy, Mommy, Daddy, Daddy, I want the Cookie Monster shoes. But those are $50, little Johnny. They're only $20 to get the non-Cookie Monster one. But I want the Cookie Monster one. And you buy the $50 shoes. And you think that doesn't happen? How many of you were in junior high asking for those Jordans? Yeah. Differentiation strategy. Though Jordans are pretty sweet. And so are Cookie Monster shoes, really. So I guess it's worth paying the extra money. But the whole strategy is that differentiation strategy. Okay? Next up. 35. Which of the following would not be a key success factor for the fast food industry? Taste of the food. I think that's kind of important. So that would be one. Speed of operation and delivery. That's definitely one. Branding and marketing, well, yeah, people have to know about it. So 35 is D. All of the above would be key success factors for the food industry. When you're taking the exam, I might have things like this, like you have to pick which ones would be a key success factor, wouldn't be a key success factor, things like that. So just have a heads up. 36. Industry key success factors remain constant over the long term. So that is false. in the long term, everything can change, right? So when we're looking at industry key success factors, they're good for short and medium term, but long term things can change. If you look at the car industry, for years, safety was a huge key success factor. Like Volvo built their whole brand around safety. But the thing is as regulations changed, all the cars became safe. You weren't worried that, oh, this one has a seatbelt and this one doesn't. No, everyone had to have a seatbelt. Everybody had to have an airbag. Everybody had to have crumple zones. So the safety thing kind of got regulated out of an industry key success factor because everybody already had to have it by law. Okay, so something to think about there. 37. If an industry has a lot of barriers to entry, that would make the threat of new entrants B, low, because it's hard to get in. So 37 is B, low. 38, by paying close attention to customer needs and continuously monitoring the environment in which it operates, a good marketer can identify potential opportunities. Well, duh. A, true. 38 is A, yeah, definitely. So 39, sustainable competitive advantages are possible for competitors to overcome. So that should be in the short term. They're hard to overcome. So it'd be, it'd be true. They are hard to overcome. So 39, how it's written, you actually go either way, so don't even worry about it. Just scratch that one out. If you want to have an answer, sustainable competitive advantages are possible for competitors to overcome in the long term. That would be true. But for competitors to overcome in the short term, that would be false. So don't worry about it. I think I actually ended up saying that in the exam to tell people to change that. So 40, the idea that saving the world is cool would be related to which macro environmental factor? That is social trends, environment. So we have that. 40 is D. 41, when KFC changed its menu in China to meet local customs and appeal to Chinese tastes and preferences, they are adjusting to which macro environmental factor? That is D, cultural environment. Also, if you ever end up in China, do go to KFC. I know it sounds silly to go to a fast food chain when you're abroad, but seriously, KFC in China is like totally different, and the chicken is like legit good. I'm just going to give you that, okay? Shout out to KFC China. They do awesome. Also, Jamaica has really good KFC. It's not like I eat KFC every time I go places, but both times my Chinese interpreter is like, you have to go here. And we're in Jamaica. Our guy there's like, no, we got to go to KFC when we're here. They both were awesome. Way better than KFC at home. That's for sure. Anyway, moving on. See how bad this could be if this was live and you were asking me questions. I just go on and on and on. And aren't you glad you don't have me face to face? Because you can only imagine how many tangents I would go on in class. I'm sure I do that in the videos too. But anyway, moving on. Yes, I would definitely do the next few questions. 42, if a firm pays $10 for every 1,000 times its advertisements are shown on a website, hence the impressions, they are using what kind of performance measure? That is B, CPM, cost per thousand. The M in CPM is mil, which means 1,000. Okay, so cost per thousand, CPM. Okay, 42 is B. 43, Lonely Planet publishers will pay Wolters World website $5 for every book purchased that originates from the Wolters World website. This is an example of what? That is CPA, cost per action. That is D, because you're getting paid because someone did something. They actually bought the product. They didn't just click. If it says, oh, if they click, no, this is they bought a book. So that's a cost per action, okay? That's why you'll see people, you ever notice your buddies that have websites always have Amazon links and stuff like that? Because if you buy something, they get they used to get 1 to 3%. Amazon's changed their stuff now, so it's not really worth it anymore. But back in the day, like when I wrote this, it was awesome. Now it sucks, but the point is you got paid if someone bought something on your website. So 43D. 44. When Beachbody shows, here's the key thing, shows their clients' success stories online via YouTube videos and blogs, they're utilizing which part of the 4E's framework? That is C, experience. Because you're showing these people's success stories so the potential customer can kind of experience their success as well. Like, they have some fat guy like me up on there and then gets in shape. Like, oh, middle-aged dude can get in shape. Yeah, and then they show a college student, knocking out that freshman 15. You might be able to see that in yourself. Like, oh, yeah, I can see that. And so you kind of experience it with them. So that's why it's on there. Okay, so experience is the answer. Now, 45. How can firms evaluate performance of their social media plan efforts? Well, you can look at your number of your fans, unique visitors, your page views. All of those can be used to evaluate your performance. So 45 is D, all of the above. 46, which of the following social media platforms is best for developing brand exposure? That was B, Facebook. I do not cover that anymore for brand exposure and stuff with social media, so don't even worry about 46, but the answer is B for those of you that want to know. 47, when a firm does a SWOT analysis, which part of the SWOT analysis focus on the external parts of the company? External, these things that you can't control, those external opportunities and those external threats. Now you can come up with plans to take advantage of them and plans to deal with the threats, but that is outside. Inside is the strengths and weaknesses. 48, do you want to get this answer right? A, yes. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. People actually got that question wrong because they thought I was joking. So yes, the answer is yes. You want to get it right, okay? 49, we don't have an extra credit question, so don't worry about that. 50, if Burger King develops a packaged ice cream that is to be sold in the freezer section of supermarkets, they would be engaging in what growth strategy? That is A, diversification, because 1, they don't sell prepackaged ice cream, and 2, they're not selling anything to grocery customers, so that is new customers in a new industry, so that's diversification. And then 51, what is something that is described in a social media plan? What social media tools to use? That's in there. Why you're going to use certain social media? Yep. When social media posts will be posted? Yep. So 51 is D, all of the above. So that is one practice exam. Go down below. You can click the link for the other practice exam that I go through. And I wish you all good luck on the exams. If you have any questions, don't forget I'll be live the first hour of the exam. You could also send tweets at Wolters World, Instagram direct messages at Wolters World, or the emails for school. You can answer me there. I'll have all that opened up and we'll be going there. But I wish you good luck, and I'll say bye from here in the woods of Idaho. Bye.